Imagine walking into any room and instantly feeling at ease, knowing exactly how to connect with anyone, no matter who they are. What if you possessed the secret to not only making friends effortlessly, but also inspiring loyalty, trust, and genuine admiration? For decades, countless individuals have sought this profound wisdom, a master key to unlock richer relationships and a more influential life. Dale Carnegie, a man who understood the human heart like no other, wasn't just writing books. He was revealing timeless truths that can absolutely transform your interactions, turning everyday conversations into opportunities for deep connection and lasting impact. This isn't just about social niceties. It's about mastering the very fabric of human influence, the kind that leads to success in every area of your life, from your career to your closest personal bonds. Stick with us until the very end of this video, because the final pieces of advice aren't just powerful. They're the ones that tie everything together, ensuring you leave with actionable strategies that will truly change how you engage with the world. If you find value in these insights, please hit that like button right now and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on more transformative content like this. Let's unlock the art of connection together. Let's unpack this foundational truth. When we engage with others, we must always remember that we are not dealing with mere logical entities. We are interacting with beings brimming with emotions, often swayed by their deepest prejudices, driven by a powerful sense of pride and sometimes a touch of vanity. This is a critical distinction, for it means that a purely rational approach will often fall flat. The most effective way to truly influence people, to truly connect with their core, is to speak about what they desire and, even more profoundly, to show them how they can achieve it. Think about the wisdom embedded in ancient teachings, like the timeless words of Buddha. Hatred never ceases by hatred, but by love. This profound truth extends directly to our interactions. A misunderstanding, a disagreement, or a conflict is rarely, if ever, resolved through confrontation, argument, or a stubborn insistence on being right. Instead, the path to resolution, to genuine connection, lies in diplomacy, conciliation, and most importantly, a sincere, compassionate desire to see the other person's point of view. This isn't about capitulation, it's about understanding. It's about building a bridge, not a wall. If your aspiration is to earn the trust of another person, the path is illuminated by authentic love and sincere appreciation. This means truly stepping into their shoes. It requires an imaginative leap into their emotional landscape, understanding their perspective, their fears, their aspirations, their struggles. But here's a crucial caveat. While you step into their shoes, do not lose sight of your own ground. This isn't about losing yourself in their world. It's about expanding your own understanding to encompass theirs. It's a delicate balance, a dance of empathy where you can feel what they feel, while still maintaining your own identity and boundaries. People are instinctively drawn to those who make them feel understood, valued, and safe. They will naturally gravitate towards you when they perceive you as a secure, confident, and genuinely kind person. But above all, they will embrace you when they truly feel that you understand them. This understanding isn't just about hearing their words, it's about perceiving the emotions behind those words, the unsaid desires, the underlying motivations. It's about being present, truly present in the conversation, absorbing not just information, but the very essence of the person in front of you. When you offer this profound level of understanding, you become a rare and cherished individual, a magnetic force in their lives. The concept of leadership often conjures images of power, authority, and decisive action. And while these elements can be part of it, the truth is, being a leader is far from simple, despite how effortlessly some might make it seem. The reality is, True leadership is a rare and precious commodity, precisely because the majority of people are simply unwilling to put in the often unseen work required to truly expand their influence. It's not about barking orders or demanding compliance, it's about inspiring, guiding, and empowering. To become a genuine leader, a person who truly moves others to action and loyalty, you must at your core become a professional in human relations. This isn't a skill you can pick up overnight from a manual. It's a craft honed through continuous practice, deep self-reflection, and a profound understanding of human nature. Why? Because people fundamentally believe in and follow those who believe in themselves, and more importantly, those who demonstrate a genuine belief in others. They look for authenticity, integrity, and a sense of purpose that resonates with their own. Many years ago, a book was written that has since profoundly transformed the lives of millions across the globe. This book, a true timeless masterpiece, holds the very keys to unlocking your potential to become the most attractive and charismatic person in any room. It's a repository of wisdom that lays bare the secrets to creating and strengthening any type of relationship, be it personal, professional, or social. We're talking, of course, about Dale Carnegie's enduring bestseller, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Since its first printing in 1936, this book has remained consistently in print, a testament to its universal and unchanging truths. It has rightly been hailed as arguably the most successful personal development book of all time, and for good reason. Carnegie, through his masterful observations and profound understanding of human psychology, teaches us how to cultivate successful relationships and how to genuinely inspire others. One of the most powerful insights from his work highlights a common human tendency. Day in and day out, we spend the vast majority of our time consumed with thoughts of ourselves. Our desires, our problems, our aspirations, our worries, they all occupy center stage in our minds. But Carnegie proposes a powerful, transformative shift. What if we paused for a moment to shift that focus? What if we deliberately, consciously, began to think about the strengths, the good qualities, the positive attributes of other people? The answer, he suggests, is revolutionary. If we can make this mental shift, we wouldn't need to resort to superficial flattery or insincere compliments, which often feel hollow and transparent. Instead, we would naturally be able to offer sincere and genuine appreciation. This isn't about manufacturing praise. It's about genuinely seeing and acknowledging the inherent worth and unique contributions of others. So often, we fall into the trap of taking the people in our lives for granted. We become so accustomed to their presence that we forget to articulate our appreciation, to let them know how much they mean to us. This powerful yet often overlooked act of genuine appreciation is the bedrock upon which strong, enduring relationships are built. Let's delve deeper into the practical application of these principles, beginning with the power of genuine affirmation. It is absolutely crucial to commence every interaction with sincere praise and honest appreciation. But let me emphasize, this point, it must be sincere. Insincerity is easily detected, and it can erode trust far more quickly than no praise at all. When you genuinely appreciate someone, your words will carry a weight and authenticity that resonates deeply. Find something truly admirable, something specific, and express your recognition with warmth and conviction. This isn't about empty flattery, it's about acknowledging real value. Now, when the need arises to address shortcomings or point out errors, the approach must be one of delicate finesse. Instead of being direct and abrupt, which can instantly trigger defensiveness, draw attention to people's mistakes indirectly. Think of it as guiding them gently rather than confronting them head-on. A subtle hint, a carefully phrased question, or even a casual observation can be far more effective than a blunt criticism. The goal is to facilitate self-correction, not to shame or diminish. Remember, no one enjoys being put on the spot or feeling attacked. Furthermore, a truly powerful technique involves speaking about your own errors before criticizing others. This simple act of humility disarms people immediately. It demonstrates that you are not infallible, that you understand the human tendency to err, and that you are approaching the situation from a place of shared experience rather than judgment. When you open up about your own past missteps, it creates a bridge of empathy, making the other person far more receptive to any feedback you might offer. People are naturally resistant to being lectured or feeling like they are the only ones who make mistakes. By sharing your own vulnerabilities, you create a safe space for growth. Consider also the profound difference between issuing commands and asking questions. Instead of giving direct orders, which can feel condescending or authoritarian, ask questions to generate action in another person. For example, instead of saying, "Finish this report by Friday," you might ask, "How do you feel about having this report completed by Friday?" Or, "What steps can we take to ensure this report is finalized by Friday?" This approach empowers the individual, encourages initiative, and fosters a sense of ownership over the task. It transforms a directive into a collaborative effort. Another crucial principle is to allow the other person to save face. If someone has made a mistake or is in a difficult position, avoid publicly shaming them or cornering them. Provide them with a dignified exit, a way to maintain their self-respect. This demonstrates respect for their personhood, regardless of the error. Humiliation breeds resentment. Compassion fosters loyalty. Finally, when you observe any improvement, no matter how small, praise the slightest improvement and praise every improvement. Be effusive in your approval and generous in your compliments. Acknowledge effort, progress, and growth. This positive reinforcement acts as a powerful motivator, encouraging continued effort and greater achievement. When people feel seen and appreciated for their efforts, they are far more likely to strive for excellence. This isn't about being disingenuous. It's about genuinely recognizing and celebrating progress, which in turn cultivates a positive and productive environment. Let's continue our exploration of how to uplift and motivate others, focusing on principles that ignite enthusiasm and foster happiness. A truly powerful approach is to give the other person a fine reputation to live up to. This is a profound psychological insight. When you genuinely express confidence in someone's abilities, their character, or their potential, you often inspire them to embody those very qualities. If you tell someone you believe they are capable, honest, or hardworking, they will often strive to prove you right. It's a subtle but incredibly effective way to encourage growth and positive behavior. You're essentially planting a seed of possibility within them, nurturing it with your belief. Furthermore, when someone is facing a challenge or seems daunted by a task, it's vital to stimulate them by making the fault seem easy to correct. This shifts their perspective from feeling overwhelmed to seeing a clear, manageable path forward. Instead of dwelling on the difficulty, focus on the simplicity of the solution or the small, achievable steps. Your role here is to attempt to give people enthusiasm and hope. Injecting optimism into a difficult situation can be transformative. It's about being a source of encouragement, a belief that challenges are surmountable and that success is within reach. Your positive energy can be contagious, inspiring others to tackle obstacles with renewed vigor. And finally, to truly cement a positive connection, you must make the other person feel happy about doing what you suggest. This is the ultimate goal of influence, not coercion, but willing participation born of genuine satisfaction. We all, at our core, seek happiness and fulfillment. If you can frame your suggestions, your requests, or your guidance in a way that aligns with their desire for well-being, joy, or satisfaction, you've hit a powerful chord. When the other person feels a sense of enthusiasm, enjoyment, or genuine pleasure in following your lead, you've not just gained compliance. You've likely created a new friend, a loyal ally, and a willing collaborator. It's about demonstrating how their actions will benefit them, how it will bring them closer to their own desires, and how it will contribute to their overall happiness and sense of accomplishment. This creates a virtuous cycle of positive interaction and mutual benefit. One of the most profound, yet often overlooked truths in the realm of human connection is this: the key to connecting with other people is to show interest in them, not in yourself. This seems deceptively simple, but its application is revolutionary. So often our conversations are merely waiting games, where we patiently or impatiently wait for our turn to speak, to share our own stories, our own opinions, our own triumphs. But true connection bypasses this self-centered approach. When you are genuinely interested in another person's thoughts, feelings, experiences, and opinions, it becomes palpable. It resonates. They sense your authenticity, your openness, and your respect. And when they feel this genuine interest radiating from you, they will, almost instinctively, like you for it. This is a fundamental law of human nature. People are drawn to those who make them feel seen, heard, and valued. You will effortlessly make many more friends by displaying your interest in them, rather than by desperately trying to make them interested in you. The pursuit of being interesting is far less effective than the practice of being interested. Now, a crucial caveat. If you don't feel a true underlying curiosity about the other person, then stop trying to connect. Feigned interest is transparent and can do more harm than good. Authenticity is paramount. If you're not truly engaged, it's better to acknowledge that and perhaps politely disengage, rather than offering a performance of interest. But if you are genuinely curious, then the first and most critical step is to pay attention. This means more than just nodding while your mind wanders. It means turning off your smartphone, silencing notifications, and eliminating other distractions. Make a conscious effort to truly listen to the other person. This isn't just about hearing their words, it's about absorbing their tone, your body language, the nuances of their expressions. It's about listening with your eyes, your ears, and your entire being. If you commit to paying close attention to what they say, what they do, and how they interact, you will quickly come to know them. You'll discover their passions, their fears, their quirks, their dreams. And here's where the magic truly unfolds. Small efforts go a remarkably long way. Remembering someone's preferences, recalling stories they've shared with you in the past, or inquiring about what's happening in their life, these are the subtle acts that demonstrate you truly care. It shows that you're not just engaged in the present moment, but that you've retained information about them, indicating that they hold a place in your memory and your regard. These small acts of remembrance are powerful affirmations of their importance to you, solidifying the connection far more effectively than grand gestures. Let's explore 7 vital lessons distilled from Dale Carnegie's profound book, designed to help us build strong relationships and exert a positive influence. The first and perhaps most challenging yet crucial lesson is to never criticize, condemn, or complain. It is ingrained in human nature to find fault in others. We are quick to condemn, to point fingers, and to judge. But understand this deeply. This approach in no way helps us to communicate effectively with people. In fact, it does the opposite. When you criticize anyone, you will invariably gain only hatred and resentment. Think about it. Does anyone truly enjoy being criticized? Very few, if any, genuinely accept criticism, especially when it's delivered harshly or without context. It immediately triggers defensiveness and shuts down open communication. Instead of rushing to judgment, try to understand people. Make a conscious effort to analyze why they do what they do. What are their motivations, their fears, their past experiences that might shape their current actions. Taking this empathetic approach will cultivate sympathy, tolerance, and warmth towards them. When you understand, you are less likely to condemn. Furthermore, recognize that negative people are simply not attractive. They repel others. Their constant complaints, their cynicism, their gloomy outlook. These qualities drain energy from those around them. Being optimistic and positive, on the other hand, is immensely attractive. It draws people in. So, the next time a negative thought or a critical comment bubbles up and threatens to pass your lips, crush it. Make a conscious choice to reframe your perspective, to find something positive, or to simply remain silent if you cannot offer anything constructive and kind. The second lesson is to show appreciation and genuinely compliment others. Sincere appreciation is one of the simplest yet most powerful ways to make people feel good about themselves and, by extension, about you. It costs nothing, but yields immense returns. If you truly make the effort, you will find something good to say about anyone, and once you find it, say it sincerely. Why withhold the good you see in people? Everyone, universally, loves a sincere compliment. It validates their efforts, acknowledges their worth, and boosts their self-esteem. Carnegie famously stated that the deepest urge in human nature is the desire to be important. This is a profound truth. Think about the people in your life. A great mother, a talented artist, a diligent manager, a loyal friend. Have you told them recently how much you appreciate their specific qualities or actions? Make it a point to let them know today. We all crave appreciation deeply, a fundamental human need that often goes unfulfilled. So give it openly and frequently to others. This act of giving will not only uplift your own spirit, because we always energetically retain what we give away, but over time, you will genuinely become the biggest magnet for friends on the planet. Just ensure that your compliments come from the heart. Flattery that isn't sincere has the opposite effect. Everyone can instinctively sense the difference between genuine praise and empty words. Let's continue our journey into the subtle yet profound arts of human connection. The third vital lesson is often bewildering in its rarity. Ask questions. It's truly baffling how few people actually practice this. So many individuals will endlessly ramble about themselves, dominating the conversation without offering a single question to their conversation partner. This self-absorption is a fundamental barrier to connection. As Dale Carnegie eloquently put it, interest, the same as everything else in human relations, must be sincere. It must pay dividends not only to the person showing the interest, but also to the person receiving attention. It is a two-way street. Both parties benefit. Endless self-talk is not only boring, but also incredibly rude. Conversely, being genuinely interested in other people is incredibly charming. It draws them in, makes them feel valued, and opens up the pathways for deeper connection. Wherever you go, make it a habit to ask questions. Simple, open-ended questions like, "How's work going for you?" Or, "What are you planning to do this summer?" Or, "Have you seen any good movies recently?" These questions signal that you are paying attention, that you care about their experiences, and that you are willing to give them the stage. Being interested in other people's lives and perspectives, cultivating a natural curiosity, makes you a far more interesting conversationalist than any clever story or intellectual anecdote you could ever recount. And critically, remember to be a very attentive and engaged listener once you've asked the question. Your active listening is the fuel for their engagement. The fourth lesson is perhaps the simplest yet most underestimated. Smile. It sounds easy, doesn't it? But then, take a walk down any street and observe the multitude of frowns, grimaces, and blank expressions around you. The reality is, most of the time, a simple smile from you will instantly elicit a smile from another person. It's a universal language of warmth and openness. Smiling is good, and it makes friends. We hear this all the time, and its enduring presence in advice about human interaction proves that it's a time-tested, proven technique that consistently leads to success in connecting with others. Beyond its external impact, there's also a significant personal advantage. Research into the effects of smiling consistently shows that smiling can profoundly help you improve your own mood. This is due to a fascinating aspect of human psychology. We feel how we act, and not just the other way around. The physical act of smiling can actually trigger positive emotions within you. And to punctuate this point, a crucial piece of advice: never tell anyone to smile. That approach rarely works and can even be perceived as condescending or intrusive. Instead, simply give them a smile, genuinely and spontaneously, and you will witness its powerful and often reciprocal effect. Let's move on to the more delicate art of handling disagreements and the profound wisdom of avoiding unproductive conflict. The fifth crucial lesson is that if you need to confront someone, always begin and end with something positive. This is a commonly recognized concept known as the feedback sandwich. It's an incredibly effective communication technique where you always cushion your desired message with positive statements on both sides, instead of a blunt, potentially hurtful statement like, "You've been such an unreliable friend recently and I'm tired of it. Consider a more empathetic and constructive approach." For example, "Juan, I genuinely value our friendship. I miss hanging out when we don't. Lately, I've felt a little disappointed when you cancel our plans at the last minute. Can I ask why that's been happening? I ask because you matter to me." Notice how the negative feedback is framed by genuine appreciation and concern. This approach softens the blow, keeps the other person open to hearing your message, and focuses on the relationship rather than solely on the perceived fault. Sincere praise and appreciation are incredibly powerful and can completely shift the perspective of a potentially tense situation. They create a foundation of goodwill that allows for difficult conversations to occur constructively. The sixth lesson is perhaps one of the most liberating insights. Remember, there is no way to win an argument. As Carnegie famously asserted, the only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it. This isn't about being weak or avoiding necessary discussions. It's about understanding the fundamental nature of arguments. When people engage in an argument, they immediately become defensive. Their minds close off, and they are no longer receptive to any real flow of information or logic. An argument quickly devolves into nothing more than an uncomfortable, prickly ball of bad noise and negative vibrations. It's an unproductive, often emotionally draining exchange that serves no real purpose. In the vast majority of cases, 99% of the time, the topic or the truth of the matter doesn't even truly matter in the heat of an argument. It becomes a senseless, ego-driven battle. So, let it go. Or, if you must convey your point of view, do so kindly, respectfully, and without insisting on being right. Show respect for other people's opinions, even if you vehemently disagree with them, and critically never ever say, "You are wrong." This phrase instantly shuts down any chance of productive dialogue. Remember that in almost every situation, there are always two points of view and often a multitude more. Acknowledging this inherent subjectivity is key to maintaining open channels of communication and preserving relationships, even in disagreement. As we bring this insightful journey to a close, reflect for a moment on the profound wisdom we've shared today. Dale Carnegie wasn't just a writer. He was a profound observer of human nature, unveiling truths that remain as relevant now as they were decades ago. The core of his message, and the most powerful takeaway from our time together, is beautifully simple: the pathway to a truly rich and influential life, brimming with meaningful relationships, is paved with genuine interest in others. It's not about complex strategies or manipulative tactics. It's about a heartfelt shift in perspective, moving from focusing on ourselves to truly seeing and valuing the people around us. By consistently applying these principles, by truly listening with an open heart, by offering sincere appreciation that resonates, by avoiding harsh criticism that only builds walls, by understanding perspectives different from your own, by the simple yet powerful act of remembering names, and by radiating a genuine warmth that draws people in, you won't just improve your social skills, you'll undergo a remarkable personal transformation. You'll become a more charismatic, a more appealing, and ultimately a more joyful individual, leaving a positive mark wherever you go. Never forget this fundamental truth, a maxim that encapsulates the very essence of this entire philosophy. If you want to be important, make everyone around you feel important first. This isn't just a clever saying, it's a deep-seated belief in the inherent worth of every single human being you encounter. When you genuinely lift others up, when you make them feel seen, valued, and truly significant, you effortlessly and naturally become an indispensable part of their lives. This, dear friends, is the true secret to building lasting, impactful, and profoundly satisfying relationships in every single aspect of your life. If these insights have resonated with you, if they've sparked a new way of thinking about your interactions, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us share these transformative ideas with even more people. Let's continue this journey of growth and connection together.